Bridgerton fans, it's finally happening. Season 4 returned with its first batch of episodes, and for the first time, the spotlight belongs fully to Benedict Bridgerton, the dreamer, the artist, the brother who never quite fit the mold. And while Part 1 sparked mixed reactions, everything we now know about Part 2 suggests this Cinderella-inspired story is about to become one of the most emotionally charged chapters the series has ever delivered. For 3 seasons, Benedict has existed on the edges of responsibility. He's been curious, openly fluid in his identity, romantic without being reckless, and deeply allergic to the idea of marriage. Stability, to him, always felt like a cage. Going into Season 4, many fans feared the show might flatten him into just another rake. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Instead, the season forces Benedict to face a truth he's been avoiding: drifting forever is no longer an option. Part 1 opens exactly where Bridgerton thrives, Lady Violet in command, orchestrating a social season centered around her long-awaited masquerade ball. Francesca and Eloise return, Anthony is absent, and Benedict is suddenly acting Viscount, whether he wants that responsibility or not. Violet wastes no time pushing him into the marriage mart, quickly turning him into Queen Charlotte's most intriguing prospect. The masquerade becomes the heart of the story. For one night, masks erase class, titles fade, and freedom feels possible. Benedict plans to keep his distance, until he meets the lady in silver. Their connection is instant, electric, and effortless. She doesn't chase his name or his status. She sees him. And that's enough to completely undo him. Then midnight comes. The magic vanishes. She disappears. And Benedict is left clinging to a memory, not a woman, but an idea. What he doesn't know is that the woman he's fallen for is Sophie Beck, a maid living beneath the glittering world of the Tun. Through Sophie, Bridgerton finally shows us life below the ballroom floor. She works under Lady Araminta Cooper, stripped of security, status, and safety. Sophie isn't allowed to dream, she survives. And that contrast is the point. When Benedict and Sophie meet again without masks, the tension shifts. He's drawn to her, but still haunted by the lady in silver. The show uses this familiar trope not as comedy, but as emotional blindness. Benedict isn't stupid, he's divided. And Sophie becomes the mirror that forces him to see the limits of his privilege. Part 1 intentionally holds back on physical romance between them, something Bridgerton rarely does. Instead, it builds restraint, awareness, and discomfort, saving the heat for what's coming next. Today's update. Netflix has confirmed that Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 premieres on February 26, bringing 4 final episodes that dramatically escalate the story. The tone is darker, more intimate, and far less forgiving. Benedict's search for the lady in silver intensifies. Sophie's secret edges closer to exposure. And the class divide between them stops being theoretical and becomes dangerous. This is where rules will be broken, and consequences will follow. Part 2 promises emotional confrontations, long-awaited passion, and a version of Benedict who can no longer avoid choosing between fantasy and reality. This isn't just a love story anymore. It's a reckoning. For more weekly Bridgerton updates, deep dives, and character analysis, make sure to like and follow Screenscope Reviews. And trust me, the next video might hit even harder.